For all the people that are hoping for a draw, do you really think that's a draw? Do you think Russia's ever been willing to accept a draw? No. This war ends when Russia determines the war is over. And I'm telling you right now, increasingly the signs are this war will not end until Odessa is Russian, Mykolaiv is Russian, Dnipropetrovsk is Russian, Kharkov is Russian, maybe more if Ukraine wants to continue this insanity. Ukraine's going to lose easily 20% more of its territory and the population that resides there because they're listening to their NATO trainer who told them to get back into the ring.
Today, as the sun sets on the 777th day of conflict in Ukraine, we embark on an in-depth journey into its complex battlefields. Our mission? To decipher the latest tactical maneuvers on the Ukrainian front lines, predominantly through the lens of Russian strategy. The chessboard of war is vast and ever-shifting, and we are here to navigate its nuances and intricacies. In our pursuit of unrivaled insight, we turn to an authoritative voice, former U.S. Marine and United Nations Weapons Inspector Scott Ritter. His analysis provides a unique perspective, shedding light on the complex interplay of military strategies at play. Join us as we dissect each move and countermove, uncovering the underlying strategies driving this protracted conflict. Prepare for revelations that challenge the conventional narrative, as we delve into a world where every action has a reaction, and every decision, a consequence. As we turn the pages of this ever-evolving conflict, let's first look to the skies, where the dance of reconnaissance and preparation sets the stage for what's to come. In the shadow of recent tensions, the airspace over northwestern Ukraine has become a chessboard of strategic movements. Our analysis reveals a significant increase in U.S. reconnaissance activities, with over 30 flights recorded in just the past week. These aircraft have been meticulously tracing paths along the borders of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, a corridor crucial for understanding the conflict's evolving dynamics. Notably, Mr. Inspector Scott highlights the vital role of these reconnaissance missions. According to Ritter, it's the NATO-led surveillance and the pivotal intelligence support from agencies like the CIA that have become key factors enabling Ukraine to effectively halt Russia's advancement. This strategic insight underscores the multi-layered nature of the conflict, where information and intelligence play as crucial a role as physical military might. The frequency and pattern of these flights suggest more than mere surveillance. They potentially indicate preparation for an impending Ukrainian offensive. Historical comparisons reveal similar patterns observed before key operations, like the attack on the Psko airport near St. Petersburg. We now see an alignment of Ukrainian forces, with an estimated 4,000 troops mobilizing near these reconnaissance areas. Turning our lens to the Ukrainian strategy, we note a diversification in their tactical approach. Recent intelligence points to an increase in UAV and artillery strikes, primarily targeting civilian infrastructures in Russian bordering provinces. These sporadic but precise strikes seem to follow no set pattern, suggesting a strategy of probing and provocation rather than coordinated assault. While the skies tell a tale of preparation and anticipation, the ground beneath bears witness to the tangible outcomes of strategic mastery. Let us now shift focus to the decisive actions undertaken by Russian forces, marking a new chapter in this theater of war. While the skies tell a tale of preparation and anticipation, the ground beneath bears witness to the tangible outcomes of strategic mastery. Let us now shift focus to the decisive actions undertaken by Russian forces, marking a new chapter in this theater of war. In Odessa, a strategic port city, Russian forces executed a precision strike on a Ukrainian military assembly. This operation, notably near the iconic Ochakov district, targeted a concentration of approximately 300 Ukrainian troops. The aftermath was significant: the destruction of both military and adjacent medical facilities, including a crucial military hospital. Moving to the northeast, in the Kharkiv region, a Russian missile strike intercepted a Ukrainian train convoy loaded with arms and ammunition. The convoy, consisting of 6 railcars, was completely destroyed, causing a substantial setback to Ukrainian supply lines. In Donetsk, particularly around Sloviansk and Druzhkivka, Russian forces targeted Ukrainian command centers and supply depots. The Druzhkivka strikes, for example, led to the incapacitation of a large military base, resulting in the loss of over 150 Ukrainian soldiers and substantial arms supplies. In the Luhansk region, Kramatorsk has seen a series of relentless attacks. Russian forces, employing a mix of aerial bombardments and artillery fire, have focused on diminishing Ukrainian defensive positions. The aftermath in Kramatorsk alone accounts for the reduction of Ukrainian forces by over 200 personnel, alongside the destruction of key defensive structures and supply caches. Expanding our view to encompass the broader Ukrainian theater, these Russian operations reflect a strategic approach aimed at systematically degrading Ukraine's military capabilities. From Odessa in the south to Kharkiv in the northeast, each strike has been a calculated move to disrupt Ukrainian military logistics and command structures. Through these precise and impactful operations, Russian forces have not only inflicted considerable damage on Ukrainian military assets but also signaled a profound shift in the tactical dynamics of the conflict. Yet, in the face of these overwhelming Russian offensives, Ukrainian forces continue to mount their resistance. Our next focus will be on the Ukrainian response, examining the resilience and fortitude they exhibit amidst these daunting challenges. As the conflict's tempo intensifies, the Ukrainian side has not remained passive. Their strategic response, though overshadowed by their losses, reveals a determination to hold ground. Let's quantify the extent of Ukrainian resistance and the toll it has taken on their forces. Recent weeks have seen an uptick in Ukrainian UAV and artillery operations. In the Donetsk region alone, Ukrainian forces have launched over 150 artillery strikes, aiming at disrupting Russian supply lines. In a parallel effort, UAV missions have increased, with an estimated 40 sorties targeting Russian positions in Luhansk. Despite these efforts, the human cost for Ukraine has been steep. In the recent skirmishes around Sloviansk, Ukrainian forces suffered over 200 casualties, with an additional 150 reported in the vicinity of Druzhkivka. The cumulative impact is not just in human terms but also in the loss of vital military hardware. Moreover, the infrastructure damage has been considerable. In the past month, strategic locations such as rail junctions, bridges, and communication centers in eastern Ukraine have sustained repeated strikes. These attacks have hindered not only military movements but also affected civilian life and resources. The resilience of Ukrainian forces is evident, yet the sheer scale of their losses and the infrastructural damage underscores the daunting challenges they face. This ongoing struggle reflects not only the intensity of the conflict but also the high stakes involved for both sides. As we witness the unfolding narrative of Ukrainian resistance and the sobering reality of their situation, it's crucial to consider the wider geopolitical ramifications. Up next, we explore how these events are shaping international diplomacy and global market dynamics. As the conflict in Ukraine escalates, its reverberations are felt far beyond its borders, influencing global geopolitics and economic landscapes. The recent surge in Ukrainian attacks on Russian energy infrastructure has catalyzed a ripple effect, notably affecting international energy markets. These strikes, targeting key Russian oil refineries, have resulted in a notable increase in global oil prices. In just the past month, crude oil prices have spiked by approximately 7%, causing widespread concern in energy-dependent nations. The response from the international community, led by voices such as the United States, has been one of heightened scrutiny and strategic recalibration. In this complex geopolitical chess game, insights from experts like former U.S. Marine and UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter provide invaluable perspective. Ritter's analysis underscores the strategic implications of these attacks, noting their potential to shift not just military tactics, but also international diplomatic relations. This conflict has transcended military lines, morphing into a potent catalyst for diplomatic maneuvering. Nations are recalibrating their stances, with notable shifts in policies and alliances. The interplay of military actions and international diplomacy underlines the multidimensional nature of this conflict, shaping the future not just of Ukraine and Russia, but of the entire international community. As we continue to monitor these developments, it becomes increasingly clear that the Ukrainian conflict is not merely a regional struggle but a pivotal event reshaping the global order. Stay with us as we navigate these turbulent waters, bringing you the latest insights and analyses. As we draw this analytical session to a close, we reflect on the profound implications of the Ukrainian conflict. The numbers and events we've traversed today paint a vivid picture of a war that is not just a battle of territories but also a contest of strategies and global influences. From the tactical advancements made by Russian forces, marked by significant strikes in key regions such as Odessa, Donetsk, and Luhansk, to the Ukrainian resistance characterized by over 200 artillery and UAV strikes in response, the conflict continues to evolve dynamically. The casualty toll, in few days reaching into the thousands, and the displacement of civilians, are stark reminders of the conflict's severity. In this intricate geopolitical puzzle, insights from experts like Mr. Scott Ritter have shed light on the strategic dimensions of this conflict. His analysis, aligning with our findings, emphasizes the broader implications extending beyond the immediate battlefield. As we continue to navigate through the complexities of this conflict, our commitment remains to provide you with factual, in-depth analysis. The Ukrainian conflict, a pivotal event in contemporary geopolitics, demands our continued attention and understanding. Stay with us as we bring you the latest developments, analyses, and insights, keeping you informed in these turbulent times. Thank you for joining us in this comprehensive exploration of the Ukrainian conflict. Thanks for watching, and stay informed.